What was Egil talking about? Will we know? Who knows? Does Egil know?
Bear with me whilst I just find it on the telly.
I'm sitting here looking at Bragi, who looks like one of the seven dwarves with his hat on.
Apparently you're Gimli.
Knees. I'm Gimli?
Yeah, you're now Gimli.
All right. I actually played, I used to be in the Tolkien Society, and I used to play Sam Gamgee. But
One does not toss a dwarf.
Tell me about it. Oh, hello, who's that handsome man? Why, it's me.
And hello and welcome back. And this is a live stream with Egil.
Hi.
And me, Bragi. And hello there, Liam Fraser.
Hi, Liam.
So we've got no set plan. We're just going to hang out with our subscribers and our fans. And
Yeah.
if you've got any comments, anything you wanted to talk about. So how you been the last few days, Egil?
I've not been so well at times.
Have you not?
I had a dose of flu and the runs.
It's going about.
And a bit of toothache, which is recurring, but we'll live with it. How's yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. Not a bit tired, a bit muggered up. There we go.
All right, there you go.
So just waiting for some more subscribers to come in. I believe Thomas Dale should be joining us in a minute.
All right. More
So,
than merrier.
how are you today, Liam? Welcome to the channel. Do you have any questions on Vikings or Saxons? So, the other day I watched the episode of Digging for Britain, and I thought that was very interesting on the Anglo-Saxon graves. They found a grave there of a young woman, and she had clutching a baby, and she had like 50 beads, and I thought that was just quite amazing. But you think about that's like a year's worth of working wages.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Saxon burial grounds. I don't know whether it's me, but they all seem to be buried in acidic soil.
Yes, well, this was quite good, this soil, and we found some very nice finds. And they dug 25 graves, and all but one had grave finds, which is a very high proportion.
Yeah, you see, this is one of the misapprehensions. People think if it's got grave goods, it's pagan. If it's not, it's Christian. Well, that's not the case. There's actually nothing in Christian doctrine that says you can't be. And even today in America, you get people buried in the Cadillacs. St Cuthbert's tomb. Surprised there was any room for St Cuthbert. He got a skull of a saint, he got silver bowls. And bishops today, when they die, they're buried in full robes with a crozier and silver bowls, the golden amethyst ring as well. So it's a mistake to say that only pagans were buried with grave goods.
And didn't they used to take Cuthbert into battle?
They take them all into battle. And
it sounds crazy, that, doesn't it? Taking a dead body of a saint into battle.
It's a different time, different mindset. I mean, it's like Derby. St Altman is a Northumbrian prince. What's he got to do with Derby?
Well, yes.
You know.
Now we have a comment here from Liam Fraser. He says,
Liam.
I'm doing rather well. Thank you. Are you familiar with cultic polytheism? I find it difficult to find credible sources on the subject. It's not something I have heard of too much.
Yeah, the Celtic, I mean, I thought the Norse religion had a lot of stuff going on, but I had a pal who was bardic, and the amount of legends and stories connected with their mythology.
There's my bardic source book over there.
Yeah.
Very good book, that.
Yeah, well, that's basically, can you go and tell them what it is, because you may not be aware of it.
This is an excellent book on anything to do with the Celts, and this is the Bardic Source Book. I highly recommend this book. A very good friend of mine gave me this. So,
yeah.
If you can find it on Amazon, I'll put a link one day.
Yeah.
Now we have a comment here from Celtic God. Laughs out loud. I was just thinking, would be great if you were to do a live stream now. And here we are.
Woof, woof.
Great minds think alike, don't they, Celtic?
Perhaps Celtic God could help Liam Fraser out with information.
I'll look into it for you, Liam. So leave that with me, and we'll put it down as an idea for a video.
Yeah.
Because we do want to talk about the Celts as well, because they're our ancestors. You know, they're very clever people. I mean, the Iron Age was such a colourful time. It really was, wasn't it?
There's amazing culture all round, and if you look at the art, it's heavily dependent upon the Celts. They are a great civilization.
Oh, they are.
Traces still today.
Oh yes, I mean, and it's something we need to talk about. And I've been enjoying the last couple of videos I made on talks. So I did one on the Sedgewood talk, that went down well, and the Newark talk.
Well, I also dug in Castle Hentleys, which was Celtic, Romano-Celtic.
I've got a book on that.
What, Castle Hentleys?
I think so.
Yeah, I dug there, mate. I've got the record, 21 artefacts in 3 weeks.
Oh, blimey.
It's
True legend.
They've also reconstructed roundhouses, which are fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go into a roundhouse, do it. In hot weather, it's cool. In cool weather, it's warm.
And I often think about roundhouses. Why did we leave the roundhouse to the rectangular type of style house?
No idea.
Something I've been thinking about in my mind. But let's just go back to read a couple
They're
of
very
comments.
comfortable places.
But they are.
Yeah.
So Liam Fraser says, "Oh, okay, interesting. Thank you." So I don't know if Celtic God knows more about Celtic polytheism. It's not something I know a tremendous amount on. So we'll look into that.
Well, here's the answer for Liam.
We'll just read a comment from Njal Sigmundsson. And congratulations to both Celtic and Njal for being made admins on the channel. I hope you don't mind. If you don't want to be an admin, just let me know. But I do need admins, especially when we get trolls like we did on Wednesday night. So that troll is definitely not going to Valhalla. Now, Liam Fraser in the comments says, "Certainly, I myself am half French and half Irish. Irish from my father's side. So I've always been interested in studying Celtic paganism. It is a fascinating subject alone, and although a lot of the information was lost because of the Christian monks burning the books, but I think we know more today than we did."
Yeah, I mean, there's linguistic. I mean, we used to talk about P Celts and Q Celts, and there's a thing archaeologists call the Celtic Shuffle, where, you know, Saxons moved into England, England went to Wales, the Welsh pushed the Irish into Ireland, and the Irish pushed out the Scots. Hey, what's going on there?
I'm trying to alter that lamp so I've got a bit of light. There we go.
You even get a light show, how about that? And if you go to Brittany, apparently it's very strong. People from Wales can understand people from Brittany if they speak their language, Britannic.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's the next?
That's just an interesting comment there.
Yeah.
So Celtic God in the comment says, at Liam Fraser, "What I was taught about the gods is much closer to Germanic or Norse, though slightly different than what you will find in most books concerning Celtic polytheism." That's very interesting. And then Celtic God says, like no such things as leprechauns, for instance.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about that.
I don't really know any folk tales about leprechauns.
If you read the Irish, the Celtic, there's the Mabinogion.
Yeah.
Worth reading.
That's brilliant.
Finn McCool and people like that, the Irish heroes as well. But the Mabinogion is probably easily is a whole plethora of stories there to do with the Celts. Basically, all I can say is read as much as you can.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
And another comment from Celtic God, "Although I am proud to say all Irishmen can turn into a salmon and swim away much like all Chinese can run across treetops."
Oh, well, there you go.
And the comment here from Joel Kilduff,
Hi.
"They use round houses only because England lacks the tall vertical trees of the continent which were used for long houses."
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Because, I mean, at Castle Hentleys, they were reconstructing them. And what you did, you put posts in a circle.
Yes.
And then you did wattle and
daub.
Wattle and daub. And it's about that big. And then you put plates along the top, wooden plates.
Yes.
Then you put your central pole in, spread it out. And then it took something like about 2 tons of reeds to
Yeah,
make a
the
roof.
amount of reeds.
But you don't leave a space for the smoke, because the smoke goes through the thatch and kills all the bugs.
Yeah, it should do.
And it lasts about 50 years. And they always face the doorway south. So you got up in the morning, you got a nice bit of sunshine. They also used to sometimes build porches on them. So
Yeah,
at a
I've heard
angle,
that, yeah.
And there was a gully around.
Definitely
the
a
house.
gully for the water.
Yeah.
And that gully would develop over time with the water coming off the roof.
Well, that's how we basically identified them, that and the post holes. But we got in one roundhouse, 30 people, and there was still space.
Yeah,
and you didn't feel claustrophobic.
some of them were massive.
Yeah, this wasn't particularly massive. It's a fantastic structure, and it makes sense, about the tall trees. I didn't go to Regia's reconstructed hall.
No, I've not been either.
I know the late Kim Siddle, bless his name, said it looked like a Chinese restaurant. I've seen pictures of it.
It's a fascinating place. We'd like to go there one
Yeah.
day.
Well, who knows? Maybe we might be able to go there, but just to compare the two. So, what's next?
And it does make sense, because one of the things we often think about, Great Britain being this vastly wooded land, but it wasn't. It was very highly cultivated, wasn't it? From the Bronze Age to the Iron Age onwards.
Yeah, there are a lot more trees than there are today, obviously.
Of course so.
But it wasn't as wooded as people may think. But in those woods was all kinds of... You got wolves, you'd got bears, wildcat.
Well, of course so, yes.
I don't know if you've ever seen a Scottish wildcat.
No.
Imagine you remember your pussycat you had?
Yes.
Imagine it twice the size.
And that cat was quite big.
Yeah. And then its ears flat.
Yeah.
Spitting. That's a wildcat.
You would like to meet one if it was hungry, would you?
No, the one I met was munching its way through a bunny in a zoo, and it says, "I'll get you a litre of meat." But they are well worth preserving. Yeah.
Yeah, so a comment here from Celtic God. Good men don't cry about what they do not have. They do the best they can with what they do have. Yes, it makes sense, that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one. And there's anybody go.
Any more comments? Keep them leaving in, or we'll just carry on talking. You're not getting thirsty, are you? You want a bit of ale?
No, thanks, I'm alright.
This is shandy. I'm having shandy.
All our secrets are being given away. I drunk my coffee.
Sometimes, well, you'd be lucky, you might get another one delivered to you. Listen out for a tap on the door.
All right.
So.
Double me tash in it, eh?
Oh yes. But as I said, I couldn't survive without coffee.
I could see what people say about me being Gimli. Yeah.
Yes, that was mentioned in the last live stream. That
short, fat, and hairy.
if you're going to be a dwarf from Lord of the Rings, then you're definitely Gimli.
Yeah.
So. And then I beat Thomas to the. That wasn't in a live stream. It was in a premiere.
Oh, whatever.
So.
Excellent books, though. I do like Tolkien, but I was very privileged to visit his house.
Yeah, I've never been there.
It's not as spectacular as you'd think. His daughter, what's her name? Priscilla.
Yeah.
And I actually held an annotated proof version of Lord of the Rings, and you could wander around his house quite willy-nilly, go in his library, and as I say, I picked up a Lord of the Rings, which he'd annotated, this is wrong, this is right, and all that. This is his grave. Priscilla Tolkien, amazing woman. There was a relative of Tolkien's who lived in Derby. She was married, I think, to Christopher Tolkien, his son.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
And she used to ride a white moped called Shadowfax, which I thought was great. But she was massively into Scottish country dancing. Now, I can't even remember how I met her, but I went to her house, and she's an amazing woman. But I just loved that she called her moped Shadowfax.
And of course, the influence of the Anglo-Saxons on Tolkien's works is incredible. I mean, just look at the word Mordor. Anglo-Saxon for murder. I just find the influence he had from the Anglo-Saxons just fascinating.
It was borrowed a lot from Beowulf, but also
yes, of course so.
His experiences in the First World War fashioned it as well. But I was very lucky with the Tolkien Society. I met some very interesting people. Vera Chapman, she was early exponent of English paganism, which I didn't know at the time. She played Belladonna Took, and she was an amazing woman. She was 80 when I met her, and she'd just recovered from a broken leg, and she left me standing in the Ashmolean, and there's this little old woman going, brrr, and I'm trying to keep up with her.
Was she motorised?
She might as well have been, but she was amazing. I was in correspondence with her for a while. She's now gone to Valhalla, but she was an amazing woman. She was telling me about when she was at Oxford. She was one of the earliest female undergraduates at Oxford, and she wasn't even allowed to talk to men, otherwise she gets sent down. Any more comments?
Yes, we had a comment here from Celtic God.
Hi.
Well, that is why people... Hang on, we're coming back.
Alright, that's what that squiggly thing is.
Yeah, when you get the squiggly thing and we pause, the screen goes off.
Alright.
So I just have to try and reconnect. So we're all back again. So let me just read that comment again in case you missed it. From Celtic God. Well, that is why people in one area do things one way, but others in other areas do things a different way, such as round houses versus long houses.
Yeah, fair enough comment.
And I think at some point we'll all make some content about Lord of the Rings and the influence of the Anglo-Saxons, because I think that would be quite interesting.
Well, I mean, he did say that he wanted to create an English myth. Well, I thought Beowulf was, but there you go. I mean, it's a good read. I've read it and read it and read it.
And another comment here from Celtic God. Tolkien's house, tiny, question mark.
Yeah, it's not very big. It's not exactly a council house, but it's very pleasant, but it's not that big. Not as big as you'd think it would be.
Is it as big as this house?
Smaller.
No.
It's more, how can I put it?
It's like a terrace.
No, it's my memories of it, it was semi-detached.
Oh.
But yeah, very pleasant, very pleasant.
I'll just continue Celtic's comment. I have been in very old houses in America, and they make me feel like a giant.
Well, I was brought up in very old houses. I mean, the house I was brought up in dated from the 17th century. And there was a site there since medieval period. And as I say, we had about, for England, it's a lot, 4 acres of land. Yeah, it was, I know what you mean. The history of the place seems to come at you. And there was a lot of history at Wengroves Hall.
Oh yeah. And we have a comment here from Thomas Dale. Hello, hello.
Hello, Thomas Dale.
Ahoy, hoy, as he sometimes says.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
That's how originally you answered the phone.
Yeah, ahoy, hoy.
Because apparently hello was invented by...
And we have a comment here from Paul Farrer. It will soon be made an admin, and I can remember his YouTube channel and find it. Good afternoon, gents. Well, good afternoon, Pod.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
He's a Pod to me, because he's American Civil War.
Alright.
He's like a brother, is Paul.
I've been watching the Ken Burns series. It's very informative.
It is a fascinating series.
Yeah.
It's a pity you can't link it with Vikings. We could talk about it more. But if we ever do a 19th century channel, then no doubt I'll go into depth on the American Civil War, because I do know a lot about it.
I had 2 relatives killed in that war.
I think a lot of people have relatives in that war.
A lot of people from Derby.
Well, when General Lee signed the peace treaty, there was a man outside on the veranda from Derby, our own town, on guard, a Union soldier. And he wrote about it when he came back in the 1870s in the local paper, according to Richard Felix. So, but that could be wrong, because it is Richard Felix.
You may say that, I couldn't possibly comment.
Now, we have another comment here. It's from Njal Sigmundsson. I have an old video on my channel about the Anglo-Saxons' origins of Tolkien's character names. Yeah, I'll have to look out for that and watch it.
Yeah, he actually got his was it OBE or CBE because of his Anglo-Saxon studies. People just think of him as this guy who writes fantastic stories, but he was a leader in his field in Anglo-Saxon. That's what he was hired for, and he was also into philology, you know, the study of words. He must have been an interesting man to know. I mean, I went to the Egil and Bragi where the Inklings, the Literary Society, used to meet, and yeah, again, you know, it's they people who were there and are no longer with us, but they used to trade ideas. People like C.S. Lewis, Hugo Dyson, and people like that. And the room is preserved. There's got a little plaque up for you. And as I say, I had a drink in there. I can't remember whether it was with my mother or not, but certainly I had a drink in there, and it's a nice day out, Oxford, anyway.
So we have a comment here from Liam Fraser.
Hi, Liam.
Out of curiosity, have you watched The Last Kingdom? Yes.
Yeah, I have, many moons ago.
It's a good series.
Yeah, there's one or two howlers in it. Like
Of course so.
Like the man who loves the backsword.
Yeah, and of course the Victorian tankards in it in one scene in the second series.
And the silly jewel
Why
in the hilt.
why couldn't not just buy something like that, or some horn cups instead of using pewter 19th century tankards?
Or having a big jewel from Woolworths stuck in the
But
hilt.
I believe the third series is now out on Netflix. You can watch all of it. Not seen it yet, and I do believe it's a lot better authentically wise. So I'm looking forward to watching that.
So maybe we contributed a little towards that then.
Yes, and we have done 3 trailer reviews of the first season, the second season, and the third season. The next thing we're going to think about doing is reviewing some of the battle scenes.
I do like the way they portray Alfred, because everybody thinks Alfred's a nice, gentle little man, and he's proven not to be. He can't be a king and be pleasant. You don't stay in power that way.
So let's have a look, another comment from Thomas Dale. Ahoy hoy is a good way to answer the phone.
Edison.
And yes, I don't think Edison would have used that as well, did he?
He brought in the word hello, actually.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, probably did, but forgotten it. Now we have a comment here from Celtic God. So, I should stop answering the phone by growling, what?
It gets results though, doesn't it?
It does.
Especially when it's people trying to sell you stuff or insurance.
And my little tip for you, if you're trying to get someone to do something for you, at the end of your conversation, say, will you do that for me, please? It does work.
Ooh.
And an old friend of ours told us that.
Oh, bless him.
Now,
If you're watching,
yeah, so he's up there probably
Yeah.
winning Valhalla knowing, but with less names the better. Now, another comment here, and he would be winning Valhalla, wouldn't he?
yeah, yeah.
Now, Thomas Dale says, oh, good old Richard Felix. He's getting old now, isn't he?
He is, bless him. If you're watching, Richard, say hi to Ed. Ed had a nasty accident. He had 2 tons dropped on his fingers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And it must have been traumatic. So
I think Richard Felix is on YouTube. I
Yeah.
know I've seen some of his content.
I mean, I heard somebody had seen it on there. But if you're watching, Richard, hi.
Yes. Now, and he's done a lot for Derby over the years as well.
He's
Let's
done
not
an
forget that.
amazing amount. He was actually my captain when I was in the TA,
That's the Territorial Army.
or the National Guard to our American friends. And yeah, we go back a long way.
Private Egil.
Yeah. 245371155, Private Carter 3WFR, sir.
You just gave away your name now. Folk can find you.
Yeah. Good luck on that.
Now, let's go back to some more comments from Thomas Dale. There's an epic rap battle video on YouTube between Tolkien and George R.R. Martin. And you know how George R. Martin is, don't you? He's the man who wrote the Game of Thrones.
All right.
So I'd like to see that now.
I'd like to see Game of Thrones. It looked interesting.
We are going to review the trailers, I think, at some point, as well as Lord of the Rings.
See, I don't get it where people go into conflict over that. Just enjoy it.
Now, a comment here from Thomas Dale. Celtic God, apparently, ahoy hoy, was the original suggestion for the phone. Hello. Was the original suggestion for the phone. Hello comes from an expression of surprise.
Hello.
Hello. Would be good if you could find a troll stealing your onions. Somebody had to mention onions. They get everywhere, don't they? It's like the backsword, that's been mentioned.
Backsword onions.
You've mentioned a certain
That
flying
sounds
creature
like
there.
a Tolkien character, doesn't it? Backsword onions.
Yeah.
Or onions backsword.
Now, another Celtic God comment.
Yeah.
Serious question. Bragi is planning on doing some streams teaching tailoring.
Yeah.
Egil, do you have a similar skill you could share? Ancient carpentry or leatherworking anything?
I am to handicrafts what Ernie Wise is to playwriting. I'm no good at all, I admit it. I have great ideas, but these just don't seem to want to do it.
Explain to him who Ernie Wise is.
Ernie Wise was a comedian, and He used to make out he was a playwright and he was awful at it.
One day we're going to recreate that scene when we're in the kitchen.
Mm.
And we're going to get the music. We're
Yeah.
going to do that one day.
But what I'm saying is I'm no good at handicrafts at all. I don't have the patience or the artistic skill. We were talking about doing runes. I can do those.
Yes, that's more your talent.
Yeah, that's more my talent. That and hitting things.
Yes.
Apart from that, that's it.
You can
but
get the Hitman shield soon.
Yeah.
It's been repainted. Well, my old shield.
Woof, woof. So, but yeah, I mean, actual handicrafts, no, I'm not that good at.
Yes, it's something I'm going to do in the future. I'm going to probably start with the hat, and then we might think about demonstrating how we sew a cloak or various other things.
I used to do bone carving, but again, it's a very low level. Hat pins, cloak pins, things like
Yeah, well,
that.
we're finding some bones. You can have a go again.
Oh, goody.
So there you go. You've heard that first on the channel.
Yeah.
Egil's going to be a bone carver.
Wow.
Now we have a comment here from Celtic God at Thomas Dale. I think the trolls and the evil ducks be working together. The trolls steal me onions so the ducks can limp in. Indeed.
Quack.
Yeah. Crackers. And Thomas Dale says, laughs out loud.
Yeah.
And Thomas Dale in a comment says these words: I've not seen or read Game of Thrones yet, but I'll try message you that rap battle to you to watch at your leisure, as I'm going to really enjoy watching that.
I actually started to watch the Game of Thrones, but the woman I was with objected to the pornography, and she fast forwarded it like a porny Benny Hill.
Apparently they're about to start filming a Lord of the Rings series, so I hope they're not going to sexualise it by lots of scenes like that.
And let's hope they put Tom Bombadil in, because every time he's left out, and he's a central character in my
Right,
view.
to a degree he's a central character. It's a shame they left him out.
Do you ever remember the Radio 4 version?
I think I remember it, yeah.
Yeah, because I met actually Brian Sibley, who produced it. I met him as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he bought a meerschaum pipe, which was a skull shape.
And Thomas Dale in a comment says, onions have to appear at some point. Yes, one day we're going to get a giant onion as a prop. And in a comment from Celtic God, Egil,
Hi.
teach both runes and traditional combat techniques. Oh yeah, we're both training officers in the society we used to belong to.
Many moons
But
ago.
I took over for you, didn't I?
Yeah.
But, we have one of the best, I've got it,
Well, we
groups
used to turn out 30 warriors to a battle quite regularly.
Oh yeah, we was quite feared, our shield wall.
Well,
Then it went downhill after that.
and then you had the Derby step where you said forward and they take a step back before they take a step forward.
Yeah.
Next thing they know, they're across the field.
Now a comment from my very good friend Paul Farrer. Hello Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Brussels sprouts should make an appearance also.
I love
Andy.
Brussels sprouts.
Who's Andy? My name's Bragi.
Yeah. I love Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I'll buy
I
some.
will make it. I've got some in my freezer, mate, ready for the Yuletide.
Oh,
They should be worshipped. They are beautiful sprouts.
they're not the evil.
They're
The
not.
work of Loki.
Ah, well.
The devil's balls.
I think they are beautiful, and it's because people are brought up with this green mush instead of cooking them till they're nice and crisp. That's why I say crisp, nice and crisp, and
Oh, you're making me feel sick.
they are gorgeous.
They're not horrible.
Bit
They're
of-
like mini cabbages.
yeah, I love cabbage as well. It just gets such negative press. And it
Well, I know
annoys
they
me.
do.
I
And
know.
apparently it's been a bad year for sprouts.
Hey, I've got my sprouts, baby. Woof woof.
Have you still got that baby head beetroot in your freezer I gave you about 10 years ago?
Yeah, it's buried down there.
Are you going to ever eat it?
I don't know if I could now. Could I? It'd be frost spoiled. I've
Well,
got fish
probably.
in there and all sorts from
Good
these.
blimey.
I've got species of fish which are now extinct in my freezer.
Whew. Let's just send some scientists around and look at your freezer.
Oh.
Anyway, let's go back to the comments. And Thomas Dale,
Hello.
in these words, says, yes, Egil could. I think that'll be interesting in runes and traditional combat. Yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
there used to be a kind of English martial arts, didn't they, back in the day?
There is rumours of it. The only reference I got was Nigel Pennick's book on English magic.
Yes, I need some more sources for that.
Yeah. I think we just don't know.
We don't know.
We know that King Alfred had a form of unarmed combat. What it is, I don't know. Whether
it's just lost to time, unfortunately. Yeah. It's one of the things with history.
Yeah,
it's another thing we lost.
It seems like every culture has its own martial art, which, you know.
Just look at, Japan or Chinese and all the different variations of fighting there.
There's was it Krav Maga and things like that, and there's the Israelis teach us special martial art. It's as wide as you want to make it. Have you noticed my putties look green in this light?
They do, yes.
Yeah, and my arms look green.
All right.
I'm a Martian.
You're not the Hulk, are you? You won't like him when he's angry. Now, yeah, that just makes you think of Stan Lee, doesn't it? Really. Yeah, so rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Thanks, Stan Lee, for all your work.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
And of course, the former host T.K. Thorkelson is a massive comic nerd.
Well, it's got an ancient tradition. It's the Japanese, what's it called? Not umami. Anyway.
Anime.
Anime.
And I think that's rather new.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to some of the comments. Give me a minute, yes. So Thomas Dale, sprouts and onion soup. Ugh, no, thank you. There's not enough meat in that.
I like my sprouts just out the pan.
Just give me a good bit of sheep or whole sheep, and I eat that. Thank you.
Got a bit of mutton. Wild boar. That's what I'm having.
I like boars. I like anything meat-wise, really. Yeah. Meat, boar, cow, sheep, deer.
Yeah, venison. I had venison last year. I eat turkey, but it's not a thing I choose.
Now, we have a comment here from Thomas Dale. I think I have the radio version of The Lord of the Rings you're on about on CD.
Yeah, that would be...
Came out with The Hobbit as well.
Yeah, The Hobbit came out later. It was... Robert Stevens played Aragorn, Ian Holm was Frodo.
Oh, right. So he was already playing Frodo before.
Yeah.
It is such a great video.
It was very interesting because I used to have the LP. Donald Flanders or Michael Swan wrote the music to it. That's going back a bit.
Because I had an ex-girlfriend who used to always do the voice of Gollum, and used to really, it was quite spooky and annoying at times, especially at 3 in the morning. I like American Dad, where they did the rip-off of Lord of the Rings. It's good weed, Steve. We have a comment here from Njal Sigmundsson. Hi, Njal. The radio series is very good, apart from leaving out Bombadil. Exactly. We had Brian Sibley over that, and he never really answered us. And I think the new TV series is set between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, so Bombadil might be left out again, and it would be a shame to leave him out. It's such an important character because he's like the bridge of the gap from when they're just guys in a village into a world that's very dangerous. You know what I mean? The ring doesn't have a power over Bombadil at all. No. And it's just a mere... It's been a long time since I read the book. Yeah, I haven't read it for a while. I mean, I've read it 12 times so far. Here we have a comment here from Paul Father. Hi. Bragi, sorry, my bad. Bad Paul. Okay. Yeah, he's like that. He's a pard. He's a fellow 14th brother. Okay. So, Joel Calderf, my sprouts succumbed to the drought. Yes, it's been a very dry season. It just makes you think, I've got mine from farm foods. If you was relying on your summer crops to feed you over winter, and you had a bad season, then that could be very difficult for you and your family back in the dark ages. Well, I'm a killjoy. I bought mine from a freezer shop, and they're frozen. And the comment here from Celtic God. Hi, Celtic Brussels sprouts with a little butter and salt. Put hair on your chest, Bragi. I've already got hair on my chest. Hey, I look like that's not for eating sprouts. I look like a busted mattress. I like them with my Christmas dinner. It's not Christmas. You've heard that first. We've both got hairy chests. Well, as I say, I look like a busted mattress. I've got them all over. But yeah. Because you're all covered in tattoos now. Yeah, look at that. That's when I get to your age, I might start getting some. I've got mine first. It's funny. To honour the gods. When I was walking over, I was thinking about it. I got these when I was 50. Yeah. I've got them all up here.
down.
You've not looked back since, have you?
Yeah, and I've got them all over my back as well.
Perhaps that we could do something as a video. Egil gets tattooed.
Well, when I get some more money, there's another tattoo I want in the back. Is the ermine seal.
Now let's go back to the comments.
Okay, comments.
Thomas Dale.
Hi.
It sounds like there's a cookery program being planned for recipes with sprouts in. Well, I'm not going to take part in that one. I'll just film it.
Rick Mail, Sprouts of Evil, Sprouts Mexican. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, you can't beat Bottom. What a brilliant TV series.
I've got it on DVD. We'll have to have a bottom now. That sounds a bit bad. Sorry, I didn't mean it to come out like that.
I like watching the TV series called Bottom.
Yeah.
Have you never heard of it? It's such a great series. And of course, Rick Mayo is no longer with us.
It's like a modern Laurel and Hardy. It's that knockabout type of humour.
Yeah. Well, I often think of making content like that because it would be funny to make comedy content. It's one of the passions I've got, and I often think, you know,
it's something you'll either like or don't like.
I was watching some Laurel and Hardy last night with my dad and my brother and my sister-in-law, and that got me kind of thinking about filmmaking and back in the day. So
Laurel and Hardy still make me laugh.
Oh, they're so funny, Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, the class act.
And I've been a member of the Sons of the Desert for many years.
I was for a year.
Was you? Did you join? Which one?
Sorry, our past friend got me in it.
Oh, right. So we've both been Sons of the Desert.
Yeah.
I bet you know the song then.
No.
Oh, well,
I never went anywhere with it. I think it was our friend who put me in.
Now let's go back to the comments. So I do like reading your comments. A lot of YouTubers don't do this, you know.
Yeah.
And something we're always going to do on this channel is that we're always going to read your comments.
Well, the point is, you guys make us.
You do.
And if we don't do that, it's disrespecting you, and that's no need.
I mean, I have 7 people watching, so hello to the 7th person.
Yeah.
So, and the magical number it is.
I mean, if you don't respect your contributors, what's the point in doing
Well, of course
it?
so.
You know, it's, and yeah, fair enough. Keep them coming.
I doubt you're going to quit, are you? So,
No.
So keep on making content. So we have a comment here. So from Paul Farrer, got to get back to work, fellas. Hopefully chat soon. Have a nice day, Paul.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good shift.
No doubt we'll chat on Facebook in the near future. And Paul Farrer does like impressions of people from movies for a living. So that's quite interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
And Celtic God says, have a Paul Farrer, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's good that you guys are interacting amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so we like that as well.
Yeah.
Because one of the things about YouTube and having a channel is building that community.
Yeah.
And when we get to 1,000 subs, we get something called the community tab. Which is I can share videos and we can chat there as well out of the videos. That's going to be great for the channel.
Yeah.
But we just got to get to that 1,000 subs to get that. I wish YouTube will make it available for people with less than 1,000 subs, because we would love to have the community tab right now.
It's very, very interesting, as I say. The worldwide people commenting and things like that. It's, you know, I'm of the generation with computers and things like that. Just really
because I imagine you never would have thought you'd be sitting in front of a screen and talking to people from all over the world live, did you?
No, I never did, and I'm glad we are, because it makes the world a nicer place.
It does. We're spreading this wonderful knowledge to you folk, and it's important that we respect our ancestors and keep that knowledge going, isn't it?
Well, we also get information back as well.
We do, and we learn from you guys.
Yeah, I don't claim to be the fount of all knowledge, and I do get it wrong sometimes.
I get it wrong, you know.
But again, you know, there's people out there saying, look at it.
You can't know every date and every person from the Dark Age or from history. It's just so much to learn and to memorise, and we've probably forgotten more we know.
Well, some of my knowledge is 40 years old or not.
Now, let's just go and have a look at some more comments. So Thomas Dale says, bye Paul, I hope you can tune in next time. So that's great. Another comment from Thomas Dale. You're always welcome, of course, and you always are, Paul. And we have a comment here from Celtic God. Comedy gold. Egil learning how to sew or weave, and it would be, wouldn't it? That would be comedy gold.
I can sew, but it looks a bit disastrous. I can sew a button on.
So we have a comment here from a new commenter called Sappy Gaming.
Hi, Sappy.
Welcome to the channel, Sappy. And says, randomly found this cool stream. Hey guys, greetings from Scotland.
Hi.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Great to have you here from Scotland. And at some point on the channel, we will learn and tell you some Scottish folk tales, because so far we're not told any. And I do want to address that in the
I'm
future.
also an honorary member of a clan.
Oh, are you? What clan are you an honorary member of?
Clan Napier.
Oh, of course.
A mate of mine gave me the cloak pin, Sandstash, without stain, and yeah, as I say.
Well, that's very cool. I didn't know that. He just told me. So very hard. And of course, Rob Napier is also one of our subscribers.
Hi, Rob.
So if you're watching this on the catch up, hello, Rob Napier.
Yeah.
So a comment here from Thomas Dale. I do appreciate you're doing these live streams and the comment videos. A lot of YouTubers don't do them. It is really nice way to build a community, and it looks like that's happening. Yes, it is. We're kind of building the Northworthy army of Saxons, Celts, and Vikings.
I like to think it's like the old Celtic saying: "There's no such thing as strangers, only friends I've not met," and this is it.
No troll will pass our shield wall.
You're always going to get it. I mean, let's put it this way, they're more to be pitied than scorned.
Oh, yeah. Now, Thomas Dale says, hello, Sappy Gaming.
Yeah.
And we have a comment here from Celtic God, at Sappy Gaming, welcome.
Yeah.
Pull up a seat and have a drink, and feel free to join in. Yes, if you have any questions, Sappy, about Vikings or Saxons, or anything to do with the Dark Age or history, then we're more than happy to answer your questions.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for.
That's it. We're happy zappy.
And Thomas Dale says, in a comment, he says these words.
Oh.
You're welcome to watch and comment whenever you want. It's cool that you found this by random.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think around about 20% of the video people we get from the views like this are suggested videos. So it means that YouTube like us and are suggesting us to people.
It's a bit like having a massive library and you're browsing through the books and you come across our book.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, that's interesting, or you put it back on the shelf.
Oh, yes, and you can't beat having a few books. I certainly got one or two.
Yeah, you've even got more than I have, mate. And I've got a few.
Now, let's have a go. Give me a minute. Bear in mind. Celtic God says, a question for both of you.
Yeah.
If you had to choose knowledge or wisdom, which would you value most?
Wisdom.
Yes, I think wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom is taught by the gods, isn't it?
Well, it's like Odin was asked if, you know, the two ravens, thought and memory, which one would you keep? And he said thought, I think.
I think that's true.
Yeah. And yeah, wisdom is far more useful.
And what are the names of his two ravens?
Hugin and Muganin.
Yes.
I have them here.
On your chest.
Yeah.
We've still got to make that video on a nice warm summer day, I think. We'll demonstrate Egil's Viking tattoos.
And have sick bags ready.
Well, you know, you might build up a large following of people that like you.
Yeah.
Like lady tellers. Now,
it's the boy tellers I'm worried about.
Now we have a comment here from Sappy Gaming.
Hi, Sappy.
I hit the like button and subbed. Love that guy's tankard. Oh yes, it's a kind of a 6th, 7th century stave cup. The problem with these cups is you've got to keep drinking from them to keep them moist.
It's coopered.
Coopered, yeah, it's lovely.
And that's the skill that's gone by the by. Do you know there's only, as far as I know, one Cooper in Burton-on-Trent.
Really?
And there used to be hundreds. It's because of aluminium or aluminum.
And it says the other guy has a cool blonde tash, laughed out loud.
Hey!
If you only had a moustache. Ah, moustache.
I grew that because if you look at the Bayer tapestry, the Saxons have all got long hair and big tashes. That's how you differentiate them from the Normans.
It's one of my favourite Stephen Foster songs, that, If You Only Had a Moustache. And yes.
It's a bit of a nuisance when you're eating ice cream.
I can imagine so.
You get, you know, you have to comb it. I comb it every day.
I have had a beard over the occasions over my life. I generally look very old when I have a beard.
I had a beard, but after 6 weeks, it started to fork out. I looked like turpits.
I might put a poll out one day. Should Bragi grow his hair long and grow a beard?
You used to have it longer.
I did have it. I was down my back. I keep thinking I'd get it cut again, but...
this is about as long as I can get it. But,
so we have a comment here from Thomas Dale. That's very kind of you, Sappy. Egil is famed for his moustache.
Yeah.
Famous.
Do you know what? I even have people in the street asking me, did he take long to grow? And the knack is, you cut the middle bit, but you leave the other ends, and it gets bushier.
So I got a comment here from Sappy Gaming, and it's a big heart. He
Ah.
loves us. Thank you. He
Great.
loves the comment.
Thanks, Happy.
It's always great to see great comments like this, and just to communicate with you guys.
Keep in there, mate.
So we have a comment here from Celtic God, and it's a really good channel. I really do recommend Celtic God. So if you're not subscribed to him, please go and do so. There you go.
Yeah.
And he says, I have been asked the difference between knowledge and wisdom. I describe it as knowledge is the learning of facts with no understanding, but wisdom is understanding you can apply to knowledge learned.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there's a difference between learned memories and generic memories.
Like,
Your generic memories or your wisdom.
There's a person I knew, she could memorise facts like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
But she could regurgitate them as well. But their meaning had no effect on her whatsoever. It was as though she'd never read a book or anything, but she could repeat it chapter and verse to you. And, you know, she got the knowledge, but she hadn't got any wisdom.
Well, some people have the amazing ability to remember. I read once about a Russian lady, and they put out 100 pieces of paper, and within half an hour she read every one, and 5 hours later she could recite over 80% of what she'd read. And that's quite amazing.
You get people, those of you who watch The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper has an eidetic memory, which must be a curse.
Just to follow up on that comment from Celtic God, he says, would you guys agree or disagree with the previous statement?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I find it also quite interesting from the Polynesian shamanism point of view that they believe that you have two sorts of memories. You have your generic memory, which is your ability to speak and to make a fire, which is generic, stored in your brain. But they believe that your learned memories are actually stored in your body as a vibrational memory. And it's quite interesting that when you lose the ability to not remember something, what happens? You know, you think, oh, I can't remember his name. You go all tense, don't you? But as soon as you untense and you forget about it, you remember the name.
Well, if you look at it this way, what they're talking about is conscious and subconscious.
Well, in many aspects, they are, yes.
But, yeah, I mean, people tend to poo-poo things they don't understand instead of just sitting like that, you know. But there you go.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we could talk about for all day, couldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in a comment from Thomas Dale, I was just thinking of the difference between knowledge and wisdom. I agree with Celtic God. Knowledge is knowing a fact. Wisdom is being able to apply it to real life.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing, actually, because it's something we use words, but do we necessarily know what they mean? And do we apply them properly? One of my pet hates is people say, are you inferring this? No. You know, was it inference and implying are two different things. I infer, you imply.
Yes.
And even learned people get it wrong.
Well, of course so.
You know, and it's one of the most aggravating things.
Well, we're only human.
Yeah. It's like people who have about three alternatives. It comes from the Greek verb alter, meaning one of two. One is the definite article and the other is the alternative.
Yeah, yeah.
Ergo, you cannot have more than two alternatives. Sorry about that. Put my bobble hat away.
Next it's a very interesting thought, isn't it, alone? So, and like I said, we could talk about that all day.
Well, I mean, Saxons would have thought we were remarkably primitive people by the way we speak.
Well, probably so, yes.
Because language progresses, or depending on your viewpoint.
Well, that's alone in the study of words, etymology, so it's a fascinating subject.
Oh, it is.
It's amazing how many words do derive from the ancient languages, Saxons and...
Well, we're a mixture of Latin, Saxon,
French,
Viking, French, visit Welsh,
Norman.
Norman, yeah.
Bit of everything. So keep your comments coming in and we'll just keep streaming. We're going to stream until about 4:45. Then Egil has to go home.
Yeah, with his packed lunch.
Yeah, with a packed lunch. So
thank you, Lynn.
Yes, Lynn is a lady who cares for my dad and that's like a PA.
Just worked out what that red light keeps flashing. It's a mouse on your thigh.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
All I could see was the red light and thinking.
Well, I can put a disco light on. We get a disco light effect in the room, but I don't think Vikings had disco light effects. It'd be nice to have a light bulb. It gives you a fire effect.
It's when you start going, everybody dance now.
Yeah, well, that could be a video there, potential.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody probably could get that clip and put a load of clips together of Egil's funny moments. There'll be a lot of them.
Yeah. And Bragi's.
Yes. I mean, I am working on an outtake video. I must have over 100 videos now of outtakes, so
Yeah.
I'm going to compile them and put together a long video of outtakes.
You missed the best one when I went over that hose pipe.
Oh, I didn't record that. Can we not recreate that one day?
I'm sure you will.
Because I'm sure people would love to see that. Now, so we have a comment here from Celtic God. The meaning of words fear stops you from action, terror, fear inspired by an idea or thought, anxiety, what most people think is fear but in reality is less than, an overly simplified example. Yeah.
Nice one.
And another comment from Celtic God. Thus, a fearless man, he feels anxiety but does not succumb to it. Well,
I think it was John Wayne who said fear, courage is knowing you're afraid and going through with it anyway.
yeah.
Which.
But being a 1980s child, the 18 taught me that if you accept death, there's nothing to fear.
Well, it's like it says in Gladiator,
I don't fear nothing.
when death smiles at you, all you can do is smile back at it. And it's like the song used to say, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. But and that's true, depending on your belief system. We're all going to face it one day, though, aren't we?
Well, we can't live forever. We've got to go. We've got to end up in Valhalla one day for a while.
Yeah.
Have a word with the old man up there.
Or Didcot.
Maybe so. Yeah. We don't end up in Didcot, do you?
I've never been. I must go.
Well, do you want to go to Didcot? Do you?
It's a spiritual quest.
Oh, right.
People go to India. I want to go to Didcot. Apparently, there's a big power station there, and that's about it.
Oh right. Yeah, there's a big power station
Yeah.
there.
And then find a guru in Basingstoke. Yeah, it's just me. Sorry about that. Okay. Next
Any
one.
more comments?
Yeah.
We'll keep streaming until we do end the stream, but we're going to stream from now. Continue answering your comments.
Oh, we've got one now from Celtic God. You go to Valhalla. I shall.
Yeah, so Celtic, at some point we're going to let you wear glasses and read out the comments.
Yeah.
Would you like to see that in a vlog or a comments video? Egil wearing glasses.
Woof.
So you've heard that first there.
I could see bits of it.
So Celtic God says, you go to Valhalla, and I shall wave to you from the meadows of our ancestors. Well, I'll probably come and visit. I'm sure you're allowed out of Valhalla to visit people.
We'll come up and have some more mead and wild boar with us.
We'll bring some of Subtongue's mead.
Yeah.
We're very highly sought after by the gods.
That means you had, gee, gods. That was powerful stuff.
I've still got 4 gallons of that mead. It's 42 years old now. It's actually no longer a mead, it's a liqueur.
Yeah, I noticed. You feel like your top of your head's been sawn off and your brain's extracted. They breathe on it, put your brain back and seal the head up.
But it's very, you don't think it's very strong, but you have half a glass of that and you do feel it.
My mate is amazing. When we drink mead, he goes all Douglas Bader, his legs don't work. From the waist up, he's fine.
So a comment here from Thomas Dale. There's a novel called The God Emperor of Didcot.
No, right, I didn't
What's
know
that about then?
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
Yeah.
It makes you think, where does the name Didcot come from?
No idea.
I have to think about that.
But
Makes you think of the Diddy Men. That's all right.
Bashing the scenery with my sword.
There's no shield above you or helmet this time. It could
No.
possibly fall on your head.
Just a load of books.
Yeah, well, no, they're all over the place.
But no, I mean, what's your favourite book then? Off the top of your head.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
Just give me a minute.
There's Lynn. Hi Lynn.
Right, getting a
Cheers.
drink.
Woo. Do you want the cup? The cup?
No. 4:10. Right, sorry about that. Been delivered coffee. I need it. I'm very tired today.
My favourite book is Confederacy of Dunces by J. Kennedy Toole. It's a book you either love or hate, but it's a book I go back to time and time again. It makes me laugh. Are we frozen?
No, but we're not live. I might have paused it.
Alright. Good grief, you look hard, man.
So that's a picture of me from the Civil War.
Navy cold.
Yeah, give me a minute. I've got to go live. It's not my Navy cult because I don't have a Section 1 firearm licence. No, we're still live.
Alright. So they've got all my favourite book then.
I don't know what my favourite book is really. I couldn't really tell you.
It depends. I mean, for basic novel, as I say, Confederacy of Dunces, I go back to Lord of the Rings occasionally. I haven't done so for a couple of years now.
The problem is I've got too many books to choose from.
I do tend to read more about the First World War. I've got to be honest. Or
Well,
the
that's
Third Reich.
a fascinating period of history which you're interested in.
Well, I mean, both my grandfathers fought in that war.
Well, so my grandfather got shot in the head.
Yeah.
By a sniper. He was a sniper.
Well, my granddad, he ended up with trench foot.
He was at the Battle of the Somme.
Well, as I say, Grandad William, he was in the South Africa War, 1999, 1902. He was wounded in that, and he was wounded in the First War.
So we have a comment here from Joel Calduff. With Yule approaching, do you know how the Anglo-Saxons celebrated this season?
Well,
This season.
You have this festival of Yule, depending if you're a Christian or pagan, but Mother Night, the 21st of December, and you did the 12 days of Christmas. You bought a log in that had to burn all the way through for good luck for the year, and you had wild boar and various other nicey bits, and had a great time.
Now, I do recommend Joel Calduff a channel called A Guild of Wise Men and Woodrows.
Oh yes, great people.
And run by a very good friend of ours called Thorbert.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to our homepage, you'll see it highlighted on our recommended channels. And they are a group of Anglo-Saxons who basically do all these ceremonies. So I've got no doubt
Very
that
nice
Thorbert would know a lot on the celebration of Yuletide when it comes to Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah, it's good to see the good old Virginians.
Yes. We really do like that.
I'd like to go there. I really
Well, we'll
would.
do one day on our International World Northworthy tour. The first one.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the comments. Thomas Dale says, I wonder if it's under Yuletide celebrations.
Yeah.
And then we have a comment here from Techno Sagas. Hello, Techno.
I take that.
There's a video idea for you. The estates of the gods in Asgard. For example, Thor's is called Thudvangar. The power field, when he's at home, there's a continued lightning strikes all across it. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we can think about in the future as well.
Well, worth thinking about, yeah.
There's just so many things with the sagas to think about. So many stories to tell. Now, in a comment here, Thomas Dale says, and with the God Emperor of Didcot, it is by Toby Frost. I'll try finding my copy, and I can lend it to you. Well, I don't know when I'm going to get time to read it. I've got too many other things to read and research.
Well, the funny thing was, I was bought the Confederacy of Dunces. I'd heard it on the radio.
You told me about that book.
Yeah, and it was bought by my ex because at the time I lived with my mother and I looked like the hero Aloysius. However, and I said to her, "You've not read it, have you?" She said, "Yes, I've scanned it." I says, 2 words, Myrna Minkoff, black hair, glasses, which is like my ex, and she was always telling him what to do. And bless her, she does.
Beer's gone.
Oh dear. Well, any more comments?
Oh yeah. Now, it was my shandy actually. I drink shandy.
I thought it was lemonade, but there you go.
No, lemonade with a bit of French lager.
Oh, oui.
28p a bottle. That's about 50 cents to our Americans.
Where's that from?
Morrison's.
Oh, I'll have to go there.
Yeah, we'll have to go one afternoon and do a Vikings trip into Morrison's.
I'm not a great beer drinker, but you know.
Well, it's not bad for 10 bottles of £2.82.
Exactly. Stick
Now,
it in the fridge.
it's only
and
small,
wait.
but
Yeah.
it makes a very nice, what I call a small beer.
Yeah. Dutch lager, things like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dutch, Danish lager. That's your Cheetah loves Danish lager.
Oh.
Now, a comment here from Thomas. No, we have a comment here from Celtic Gods. I try not to miss any comments. Yes, Yule traditions would be a good subject. I know a few, but would be interested in learning more and possible similarities. It's not something I know a great deal about.
Well,
you're more practicing pagan than I am.
There was the tradition in Scandinavia of putting presents in children's shoes.
Yes.
And I think it's in Spain, I may be wrong. they still do that.
Oh.
And the tradition of present giving.
But it makes you think, where does the idea of putting presents in stockings come from, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's probably dated from the fact that as people got richer, they could put more stuff in.
Because I know a folk tale about a man from the Jutland and his stockings who was drunk and didn't know that he was wearing his legs and got him run over.
I remember that one.
It's a very funny folk tale.
Yeah.
I've got to get you to tell that one because I think your version would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, a comment here from Thomas Dale. Yes, your celebrations and comparison of them would make a great Christmas video.
Yeah, you're right there.
There you go, something for you to look at.
Yeah, no, I mean...
You researched that and I'll prepare some Christmas folk tales for us to tell.
Yeah.
Now, a comment here from Techno Sagas. Dudda, or Didda, was a 7th Mercian king. Didcot is likely a place where some of his people live, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to write that Dudda and Didda down now on the list of another person to research.
Yeah.
And Thomas Dale, in a comment, says, Joel Kilduff, this is the Guild of Wild Men and Woodrose channel.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for putting that channel up for us. And I do recommend you subscribe to their channel and support them because they're doing a great job at talking about Anglo-Saxon, celebrations and
that's
paganism.
what it's all about.
And I think their channel's just brilliant for that.
Yeah.
It's something we don't really talk about a lot on, so that channel is just doing that for us. So Thomas Dale says, hello Techno, hello. And we had a new subscriber come up, Sappy Gaming, so welcome and thank you for subscribing. That's probably a slight delay on that.
Yeah.
Techno Sagas in a comment says, one of the fascinating things about Yule is the character of Mjolnir. It could be one of Odin's names or not. Yes.
Yeah.
I've read that before.
Well, he's got 150 names, so yeah. I'm not going to argue with that one.
And yes, including one of his names was Bragi.
Ah, right.
Now, Celtic God says, though I am not Odin, I have 2 eyes. Now, Celtic God says, we hung stockings over the fire, no gifts, in case the traveller's feet got cold, and boots by the door should his boots be worn out during the journeys. That's very interesting.
Well, there is a superstition about shoes. I mean, you find old buildings with shoes dating way back as to keep off evil spirits. And people are very odd about it. I mean, I must admit, I find it hard to throw shoes away. I don't know why, but shoes do have this sort of thing about them.
I'm just looking at the modern practice of shoes when they tie them together and throw them over some kind of a
Yeah, when a gang member gets killed.
Yeah, well, allegedly, what that's meant to be.
Well, also...
And they hang them up in a tree or something.
The Romans would bury people with sandals so they could walk in comfort. And it's odd, I don't know. I mean, if anybody out there's got anything to say about it, please let us know, because I'll be interested to find that.
So we have a comment here from Techno Sagas, a leaver of excellent comments. Here's one for consideration. Santa Claus is not Father Christmas. That's worth a look at. Bragi. Yeah, I will have a look at that.
Well, am I wrong in thinking that Father Christmas was invented by Coca-Cola?
Well, Father Christmas used to wear a green jacket.
Yeah.
And then Coca-Cola rebranded him into a red jacket, which is why you see Santa Claus wearing red.
Yeah.
This blatant branding, that is.
Well, Ulla was God of the Forest, who I think that was descended from. Could be wrong.
Yeah, well, perhaps you have a look at that for some Christmas content, and we can go from there. So, I have a comment here from Njal Sigmundsson. Thanks, and that'll be to Thomas Dale for the channel he just put down for us. So, and I do really we really do like that channel, don't we?
Yeah.
With Thorbert, such a lovely man.
Yeah.
So, hello Thorbert, if
I'd
you're
love to
watching.
meet the guy.
We'll all meet him one day.
I'd love to meet the whole crew.
Yeah, we'll go. I like to take part in some of the ceremonies because I'd love something like that around here. We don't have nothing like that, do we?
Well, the problem is, I am a member of the Odinic Federation, and I might as well be on the dark side of the moon because nobody contacts me in any way. All I get is their round robin letter. I have sent in about it, explaining that Derby is a Viking city and I was willing to take them round. And it's like water off a duck's back.
Yeah.
So I am forced to be a solo practitioner. I do ceremonies, but Yeah, having said that, would be useful if other Odinic types would come out of the woodwork.
Yes.
Hint.
So anybody in Derby, always liking to meet new folk, the people. Now, a commentator, Thomas Dale, is one of Odin's names Santa Claus as well? No, I don't think it is.
I haven't seen it, but
No.
I'm not saying it is or it isn't because I don't know.
I imagine Santa Claus is more modern, 19th century.
I think it's a descendant of Ulla, the forest god.
Yeah.
Catholic faith adopted a lot of gods and changed them.
Now we have a comment here from Celtic God.
Hi.
The importance of shoes could be because they represent the travels and experiences of a person, so memory in a way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, clothes and especially shoes absorb the spirit, for want of a better word, of the person who wore them. I know that I went to the Victoria and Albert Museum as a child, and there were Victorian clothes, and that really spooked me out. I don't know why it should, but it did. And old clothes, really old clothes, just I don't want to try them on. I don't have. When you see people putting them on, you think, no. Yeah, modern clothes, sort of my father's generation. I love them.
Can you remember that time when me and you went to a charity shop and you was trying on a jacket?
Yeah.
And you left your jacket on the floor and somebody picked it up, tried your jacket on and went to try to buy it.
Yeah.
From the charity shop. And there was you chasing this bloke saying, "Oh, that's my jacket."
Yeah. I've still got that anorak.
That was so funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, but it got my stuff in it.
You know, you had your pipe in it and your wallet and everything.
And you think, come on.
How many times do you go to a charity shop and buy a jacket with loads of stuff in it?
I mean,
that made
was
me
he
laugh.
a thief? Was he?
No, you just like your jacket. You just wanted to buy it.
Well,
You thought it belonged to the charity shop.
Yeah, should have sold it to him, really.
Well, you should have done. You might have made a fiver. Anyway, let's have a look. Thomas Dale says, and he says these words in a comment, "I heard something similar." Have I read that one? No. Boots were made to last, and they would accompany a person throughout their life. So they would have been a bit like a memorial, a version of a gravestone, perhaps. Yeah, well, I think that's a little bit speculation. Not sure about that.
I know that in old houses they still find, apart from cats, they find shoes, which was supposed to keep away evil spirits. I don't know whether the shoes walk the spirit away. I don't know.
Perhaps evil spirits don't like shoes then.
Well, they can be a bit smelly.
And of course, in the modern world, we've got this thing about people throwing shoes at people, haven't we, as well? Hang on, what's happened there?
I don't know, Sergeant. What were you, 58th?
No, I was in the 14th Brooklyn, New York State Militia.
Oh, right.
58.
I don't know.
A very important regiment. We was all very tarted because we had our colourful clothing, because we were basically rich. But quite interesting, the 14th Brooklyn started as a gentleman's social drinking club to practice musketry and pistol work in New York in around about the 1850s, just before the Civil War. But before that, we came from one of the Revolutionary War militia regiments, but that's
I like
not
the
from our era.
Confederates.
Yeah, well, you can always tell the Confederates, but you can smell them first. Got some Confederate backing there. But one of the things that just surprised me in America is all these mass statues being taken down of all these Confederate generals, and you're just tearing up your heritage.
Yeah.
If we tear the heritage up, how can we learn?
Is it PC again?
Yes, it's just PC gone mad.
I hate political correctness.
Yes, it's bad, and it's just totally disrespecting your own history.
It's an abdication of your responsibilities.
I mean, you only got to look at the Leif Erikson statues in America, which get regularly vandalised.
Silly.
Now,
Still, moving on.
so Celtic God, in a comment, will you guys go out in Viking dress and show off some of the ancient sites, giving a bit of history whilst doing so? Yeah, we will do.
That.
The problem is I have at the moment, because I'm a carer, I literally have no more than 24 hours in a week I can get out of the house and do things.
It's a bit difficult because you've got to build around that, haven't we?
Yes. So we are going to try to do some of the local areas.
Cyril deserves the best we can get him.
My father's very old and nearly 90, so and he's 87 this year.
Grief.
I'm still working.
Yeah.
You know, it's not nice seeing your parent go through Alzheimer's and seeing all that happen.
Been there, done that, and it's not very nice.
So we have a comment here from Techno Sagas. Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus, was a 3rd century bishop bloke. He had a reputation as a secret gift giver to poor families.
I've
It
heard
is
that, yeah.
Prince Albert's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something I really looked into for the Father Christmas, to be honest with you.
It's little bits you hear over the years.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You pick things up.
Yeah, that does ring a bell. Yeah, St Nicholas. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's definitely Saint Nicholas.
I think he'd have got had up now as a stalker.
I think I saw a good documentary about Saint Nicholas and, you know, talking about Santa Claus and history, so that was quite fascinating. But I can't remember the name of it. And we have another comment here, Techno Sagas. Shoes are also in contact with the ground. A conduit, maybe between the wearer and the earth, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Any more comments? We'll just keep
Unless we
Keep
get
on.
no time.
Yeah, well, we are getting towards time, but I suppose you can get changed and I could carry on streaming.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and then Lynn will take you back and I'll just carry on.
That's a carry-on film, isn't it?
It is a carry-on.
streaming.
Carry on streaming, yeah. I think we're a bit of a carry on some days.
I leave my trousers out.
It's not the wrong trousers, is it?
Well, there's a penguin in there, a sinister penguin.
Mm.
And you want the saw left out as well.
Yeah, you got a few more minutes yet.
Alright. Well, false start there,
I'll
viewers.
tell you what time it is. You got about 10 minutes. Ah! Oh, that's my.
You stabbed me.
I just stabbed Egil.
And I didn't cry.
As a deep digger Dan would say, stabby stab, stab, stabby stab, stab.
Right.
That's what he would say whenever he found a knife metal detecting.
Alright, jolly good.
I do like deep digger Dan.
There's that snail thing again. Oh, it's gone.
No, it's alright, we're back. We're not gone. It's just us trying to catch up with the live stream.
Yeah.
And my arm keeps falling down. Baby soul.
Well, you shouldn't be so rich.
I know, it's not my fault I've got so much silver.
Okay, the next comment we've got is...
Celtic God, what is the little knife room between friends? Oh, you guys have a few scars, haven't you? But this one's quite a dangerous one because it's literally chop your arm off.
Ah, I meant to tell you I've got a pattern welded knife.
Have you?
It's only a little...
You've got a pattern welded sword.
Yeah, that was Taiki, isn't it?
Take it,
Yeah.
take it, Thorsson.
Yeah, right.
You probably regret selling me that now.
I am not going to comment on that because he gets upset.
But I think I paid about £300 for it. It was a bargain.
It is actually, yeah.
Considering it's been made from bog iron, allegedly.
But yeah, Kim Siddle had a great one as well, didn't he? He had his name or something in it.
Yeah. Celtic God says, an overdue hello. That's what.
All right. Cheers. Hello, back to you.
Hello, or Waes Hael, good health.
Guten Tag.
Or good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Not far from night, is it? It's getting dark out there.
Getting dark, it's got dark.
Yeah. It's one of the problems with filming in winter time. It can dictate, if you have bad weather like we've had the last 2 weeks, it's kind of making it a bit difficult to record.
Well, it's a good job it wasn't like yesterday.
And I'm hoping that a new camera is going to dramatically decrease the wind noise from outside and the traffic noise. Although sometimes it doesn't really help if the wind is in the wrong direction and we get the noise from the A38.
Well, I mean, last night it was what I call Hollywood rain. It was just, I was out in that.
Was you? What you were doing out in that?
I was seeing Rob off.
Oh, yeah, of course you were, yeah.
Rob comes over and I have to pick my pass up.
Because it was Saturday last night, he comes over every Saturday, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sometimes another mate comes over as well, Pete.
Is that your antique dealer, Pete?
He's a guy who collects military along with me. His collection is phenomenal. And he's a really nice chap. He's in, was it Mumbai and then Abu Dhabi?
Oh, right.
He travels around a bit. He's a good lad. So if you're out there, Rob, Pete, hi. Hey, oh, snails again.
No, it's just me trying to revive it to live.
Technical stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't understand all this live talk and internet talk.
There's a little pixie in there that's making all those paintings.
So yeah, tap the phone.
Help.
No, you can see there how well we've been doing. Look,
Oh.
At the moment, we've got on our average watch time is up 12% to 5 minutes 33.
Jolly good.
In the last 7 days, we've had 3.4k minutes watched, and the views for the last 7 days are 613.
Woof woof.
Not too far away from 666 views, which are the views of the devil.
I think people are actually having their tea or something.
Well, maybe so. So perhaps we might end this soon, and then I can have a rest because I've only had one good night's sleep this week. You know.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep this week.
Nah, don't
Tonight, but never. I probably won't. I've got too many things to do.
Get your head down.
And Celtic God says, sorry, I was spaced out trying to picture Egil in glasses.
I look amazing.
Well, one day you're going to see him on the vlog in modern clothing when we do a tour of Derby. So I don't really fancy going around Derby in my Viking clothes.
One of the weird things is I remember I used to dress like this at Jorvik, and you get all these tourists draping themselves over you, having the picture taken. And I changed back into civilian clothes, and I'd walk by the very people, and they just never noticed who I was. I mean, how many middle-aged blokes with long hair and tweed jackets do you see around?
Well, you.
Yeah, but it's just the illusion you create at the time, I guess.
Now, Thomas Dale says, laughed out loud, he looks nothing like Dame Edna Everett.
No, although I think two monocles might.
Is he still alive?
Who?
Dame Edna Everett, I think he is, isn't he? Yeah, what's his name? Oh,
Barry Humphries.
yes.
Yeah, I think he is. I used to like it when he did Les Patterson.
Yeah, but I was watching a Les Patterson interviewing John Betjeman the other day. Quite amusing. Anyway, that's another video.
Yeah.
And Techno Sagas says, I think that what they call a Freudian slip, Thomas. Indeed it is. I don't know what we just did a slip on.
Oh.
Yes. It makes you glad the Vikings didn't have bananas or they'd be slipping over all the time.
I like bananas.
Yeah, well, not every day, but I like a banana sandwich.
Yeah, they're nice.
With mustard.
Well, my ex made me a banana split on my birthday. First one I'd ever had. Nice one.
I've got a very bad habit and talent for making people hungry. Just imagine a nice large English breakfast, sausages, bacon, egg, hash browns, fried bread, baked beans, toast, and a big mug of tea.
Yeah. Oh right, sorry. I mean, I do occasionally have that at the Acropolis Cafe in Derby.
Oh yeah, it's a good cafe. It's an old one, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
I've been there since the 60s.
Yeah, well, there's this Scots guy who runs it, and you get the best cup of tea in Derby and a fantastic fried breakfast. They do various sizes, and I can tell you, it's a treat. Once you've had one of those, you don't need anything else till about evening time.
And Thomas Dell says, laughs out loud, and his next comment he says, well, I am blonde. He is blonde.
Yeah.
Very long blonde hair. He does have a look of a Viking to a degree. So.
There's a lot of Vikings about.
Indeed, we need more Vikings. And let's not forget the Saxons and the Frisians and the Jutes and the Danes.
I am actually descended from the Saxons. My mother's side of the family came from Devon. We were here before the conquest. Branscombe, that means Raven Valley apparently. One of my ancestors was Sir Walter, Archbishop of Exeter, who's buried in there. These were all bishops and archbishops. It's a bit embarrassing.
It is, as a pagan.
Yeah.
Never mind. Oh, I got off again.
All right.
There we go.
YouTube.
So we've got a comment here from Celtic God. Thanks, guys. Now I'm hungry and must go sacrifice many chickens to myself.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But I'm okay, but I will be when I get in my longhouse. But it's weird. I eat at weird times. I know I've got some mushrooms with my name on it.
Oh, mushrooms.
I like eating them raw.
So a comment here from Techno Sagas. Peeled a sliced banana's length wise, place in an oven-proof dish, liberally cover with dark rum, sprinkle with the Mara sugar, bake it till cut. eat with whipped cream.
That's our banana, Foster's banana. Banana's Foster. It's similar, but yeah, that's...
Yeah, that sounds nice as well.
That sounds really nice.
And Thomas Dale says, well, I've got the bananas.
Mmm. I go bananas.
Yes, you better get going in a minute and get changed.
Okay, into what though?
Your modern clothing. So I think we're going to end this live stream now, guys. Simply because Egil's got to go, and I got to take over caring for my father at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So sadly, we would like to continue longer, but
well, there's another time.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's always good to talk. I love calling them as friends.
they are friends. They're our family. They're family.
Well,
That's why we should see him. You know.
and let's hope it gets even bigger.
Oh, it will do.
On that note, I think I better say goodbye. What do you think?
Probably so.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for your comments. Until we meet again.
And I say we're going to live stream this longer. Just before I go, I will be planning a live stream next Wednesday about 11 o'clock at night. I'm going to schedule that soon. And I've also got to edit the next comments video. And today we recorded the 7th comments video, so we've got 3 more comments video for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Take us to Christmas.
Groovy,
So
groovy.
that's that. Until the next time we'll meet again on this live stream on the channel, it is goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to end it.
I might as well leave this here then.
You're still live.
It's alright, don't worry. This is what
That's an extreme close-up of Egil. Extreme close-up.
This is what happened.